I hope you guys are having a great day in the life. I've been getting a lot of questions lately about magnets for magnet fishing and for metal detecting, what I use, what to look for, and what to avoid. And there's a lot of different scenarios for magnet fishing. So I thought I would take some time today and talk about the different magnets that are available to you, what you should look for, and maybe what you should avoid when buying magnets online. And in the future weeks, I will be doing some further videos on magnet fishing as well, talking about other equipment that you can get, what's the best type of rope, what type of knots to use, and that sort of thing. But today I wanted to focus solely on the magnets because this is the main part of your investment when you're looking to magnet fish. So with that said, let's have a look at some of these magnets that I use, and I'll tell you a little bit about the different scenarios where they might work the best. Now, this is not a paid commercial endorsement, but all of the magnets I use for magnet fishing are from Brute Magnetics, and I'm going to put a link down in the description below where you guys can go and check out their magnets. They have a lot of different magnets available, and I really like this company. Not only are they local to where I live, they're right here in Ringgold, but they are also great magnets, really well made, and if you use them properly, you'll get a lifetime of use out of these and enjoyment. So there's a lot of different scenarios that you may find yourself in when you're magnet fishing. Some people will throw a magnet from the shore and drag the magnet back to them with their rope. Other people might be magnet fishing from a pier or from a bridge where you're actually bobbing the magnet up or down. And other people might walk in the creek or the river and either drag this along behind them or bob up and down as they're walking through the creek, which I've done on several occasions. So depending on which type of magnet fishing you're planning on doing, you may choose to get one of these different types of magnets. Now, these are all designed a little bit differently, and they're designed with a purpose in mind. So let's take a look at these styles of magnets that are available at Brute Magnetics and what the advantages or disadvantages of these magnets are. Now, this is the magnet I get asked the most questions about. It is their cone magnet. The draw force is from this side. As you can see, I got a bunch of nails and stuff stuck on there. And this is a fairly heavy magnet. This is a magnet that I would recommend for someone who was going to bob from a pier or maybe from a boat or possibly walk through the creek and drag along behind them. You can throw this magnet out and drag it back, and this cone shape, it's theoreticized that this will help keep it from getting snagged. And I haven't really gotten this snagged too much. There have been a couple occasions where I've gotten these magnets snagged and had to swim out and get them. But that's kind of part of it if you're going to be throwing a magnet and dragging it back. In every scenario where you can bob a magnet up and down, I recommend you to do that because you're a lot less likely to get snagged. With that said, if you are planning on throwing a magnet out and dragging it back, you may choose to get one of these double-sided magnets. And what happens with this is when you throw it out, no matter which side it lands on, it's going to drag with the magnetic force down. Now, this double-sided magnet has an 800-pound combined force, so I'm thinking there's 400 pounds of draw on each side of the magnet, which is quite a bit of draw. And the other advantage to this is when you throw it out on the rope and it lands and you go to drag it back, the magnetic force is actually facing straight down. Whereas with one of these type of magnets, when you throw it out and drag it back, the magnetic force is pointing out. And while it still will pick up relics and metal objects in that direction, you get a lot more drawing force when you're actually dragging back with the magnet facing straight down. So that is a great advantage to this type of magnet. I really like this magnet for those scenarios where I'm throwing it out and dragging it back. So you may want to look at this type of magnet on their website and get one of those if you are planning on dragging your magnets. Now, the next type of magnet I'm going to look at is this one right here. This is one that you see a lot of styles like this. And one great thing about Brute Magnetics is they're innovating magnets specifically for magnet fishing. And that's how this magnet was designed and this magnet was designed. So they're constantly coming up with new designs and innovations that are enabling people to more efficiently magnet fish. So they're a great company. But these are magnets that you see all over the place. Brute Magnetics, however, has set it up with an inset screw there coming up to the eyelet. And this is a 350-pound magnet, this version. They also make a 500-pound and a 1,000-pound version, which I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on one of those. But this version has done really well. This one will pick up a 45-pound cannonball I have, which all of these magnets will. And they'll pick up more than that, and that's important. The stronger the magnets you get, the more likely you are to actually get relics. Usually if a relic is in the water, it's going to be encrusted with rocks and rust, and there's going to be a coat that's going to keep this magnet away from it. So the stronger that magnet is, the more likely you are to break through that coat and actually grab the iron that you're trying to get out of the water. This is a great magnet for bobbing as well, and you can drag this magnet. I've done it a lot. My daughter and I went last week and drug it, and we got most of a Buick out of the creek, I'm pretty sure. So it will grab heavy items and pull them out as well. One thing that I do need to mention about these magnets, and that I learned the hard way, is that you need to get some Threadlocker. This is Loctite Red, which is the high strength Threadlocker, because when these come from the factory, they are not locked in to the thing. So you have to unscrew this and put some thread lock on it, screw it back into the magnet, and let it cure for 24 hours to ensure that you aren't going to lose your magnet. And they're pretty reasonable investment, and I think if you're into magnet fishing, it wouldn't hurt to have one of each style of these so that you can have what you need depending on what scenario you find yourself in. So if I had to choose just one of these magnets, I would probably choose this style. I would like to have one of the 500 or 1,000-pound ones, because I think the more strength you have, the more likely you are to grab the relic you're looking for. But I like this style because it's small and it's compact, it's easy to carry with you, and it's pretty easy to use. Its functionality is great for the bobbing, and it also works good for dragging. So I think overall this is the best style for my purposes, although if you are specifically going to be dragging or specifically going to be bobbing, one of these magnets might work better for you. And I do really like this double-sided one, but I haven't really had a chance to test it too much. I hope you guys found some great stuff out there magnet fishing. And again, I'm going to do a couple more videos on the other gear I take with me when I magnet fish, and what type of rope to use and what type of knot to use for magnet fishing in the near future. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys next time.